Morning, everybody. Welcome to LOCPOD, Season 12, Episode 17. We're coming to you live from the NECA IBW Powered Indiana Lake County Studios from Munster, Indiana at the law office Smith Sursick. And we're the Midwest's most dangerous podcast.
Good morning. Happy Friday.
Let's add some more shit that I could say at the beginning of every show.
You know what, though? You're getting so good at it. It's like I just look down at my notes and I know you're going to...
Ross.
Rick Ross.
Whoa,
nice.
You did a little bit. That was a little
Doesn't Rick Ross
grunt.
have, like, camels or something like that?
That I don't know.
Probably.
Llama?
No,
Probably.
it's a... What is the word I'm looking for? It's not a camel.
Dromedary?
It's like a bull.
Llama?
It's not a llama. It's like a bull.
Yeah, I'm a llama.
Whatever, dude. It's...
A bull?
Exotic.
It's something exotic.
All right. Someone in chat will know.
Yeah. Rick Ross, because he pissed off his neighbors.
There's Mike Tolbert when I need him. He's a great
Yeah,
Rick Ross fan.
Hey, Vaz, what's up?
Hey, good morning.
Nothing. We're on Season 12, Episode 17, Dog Days of Summer.
Mm-hmm.
Almost, yeah. Or yes. You're right. Today's the first day?
Yeah, summer solstice was yesterday.
Damn. What'd you do to celebrate?
I worked.
So
That's
good.
what you do.
Play the dead? And
Like, what the
What'd you do on
I
summer
fucking
solstice?
put a bunch
I
of
meant in the
candles in the
evening.
backyard and lit them. Like, what do you think I
I
did?
thought you might watch the sun go down. Or,
He went to Stonehenge.
Yes, and like
Yeah, spray painted it.
watch the sun set through the...
You guys heard about that?
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
America. The world sucks, man. We have crazy people.
They got to drop the hammer on these. There's
They
no real
have to.
consequence. That's
They
why they
have
keep
to.
doing this.
They have to drop the hammer.
I feel like I missed something.
Some environmental protesters attacked Stonehenge with like
Oh,
spray paint.
Jesus Christ.
The day before summer solstice when like people just
Yeah.
go
Flock
there.
there.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, this sucks. But hey, we got so first segment is always typically light. So we did a little bit of football Jeopardy. We didn't get to cover that in the last show. It's
Because
not
I
gonna,
failed to
It's all right.
post it on note.
And then we got a lot of LOCPOD creepiness tests with multiple famous couples, including
A local one.
a local famous couple.
We're going to
Well,
see if they
famous,
pass or
whatever.
fail
Famous
the
is what they're called.
LOCPod.
LOCPOD creepiness test. In the second segment, we have an interesting segment. It's about repercussions when you talk shit on LOCPOD. And last show, we talked a lot about the local media, and I feel there were repercussions from that. And we have a perfect example of how I penalize myself sometimes by coming on LOCPOD. I think we are, but we're going to have a little discussion
You
about
think
that.
we would have learned our lesson by now?
I know. What are you supposed to do, though?
No.
Fold up the show?
No.
We got sponsors.
No.
We can't fold up the show.
We got sponsors.
Steve needs to get paid.
Right. Kevin's like, somebody has to rent this damn office.
Yeah, we could
He was
shut-
the first one that said no when I brought that up. I was
Really?
like, what are we supposed to do? Fold up the show? He's like, no! Fuck, hell no. Dude, I just bought this office.
It might fold. The whole place could go down without this rent.
LOCPOD.
And then,
holding up
the
We should
third.
sell tours.
Yeah, that's right.
This is the famous
This is
LOCPOD.
where
This is
Tom
where the
sits. This
magic
is the
happens.
locomotive
This
sits.
is the famous LOCPOD studio. What's
They
that?
can take pictures in your seat.
Ooh.
We could probably do that for what, $5 a pop,
Oh,
a dollar,
yeah. That would be real sad.
$1. Jesus, that won't even cover your coffee.
and then third segment is going to be exciting update of the South Shore Convention and Visitors Bureau and Speros Batistatos lawsuit. That
Batistatos.
also
We
includes
have an update.
Tom and the city, and used to
As
include me
it
and Love
includes
Center.
me. I'm the only one in this lawsuit at this point. So
and South Shore.
I hope I got out of this damn lawsuit.
Not
I hope
yet.
that-
No,
Okay.
but we'll give
It's
you an
not that?
update.
It's an update?
We'll give you an update.
Is it a good update?
It's an interesting update.
It has nothing to do with me.
A little bit, maybe. No, it doesn't. It actually doesn't.
Are you
And the fact that
uninterested
you're
now?
still in the lawsuit.
Well, it was funny because Kevin sent it to me last night. I'm playing dumb right now, right? So, and I'm in the middle of a meeting, okay? And I know that I'm in this lawsuit. I'm the last one in, right? So, like, Kevin sends me, hey, important update. And then I look at the headline. It's Speros Batistatos,
Right.
Lake County Convention and Visitors Bureau, the
Right.
caption of the lawsuit.
Right.
And I'm in this meeting like, dude, I got to be out of this thing, right? Why would Kevin's psyched. He's like, dude, you're going to love this. He sends it to me. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I'm out of the lawsuit. I'm in this dinner the whole time, like celebrating, thinking I'm out of this lawsuit, right? Because I don't have time to read it. I'm in the middle of a meeting, right?
Right.
So I get out and I call Kevin right away. He's like, did you see the lawsuit? I'm like, no, tell me about it. He fucking tells me about it. And it has nothing to do with me. And I'm like, why did you send it to me in the middle of a
I
meeting?
said this is going to be great for LOCPod.
It is great
That
for
was funny,
LOCPod.
though.
So that's
You're
the third
right.
segment.
I apologize for getting you.
It's like, what do you think I'm going to think when I see that lawsuit
Kevin
getting
does
sent
that
to
shit all the time.
I know.
All the time.
But no, I didn't wait. So the implication there is that I intentionally sent Tom a text that was like,
He wanted
this
me to
is
update.
really cool and interesting, and then
But how do you
knowing
think
that
I'm gonna take
I
that?
agree. Looking
Yeah,
back, of
right,
course, I
right.
totally understand. but I didn't do it thinking that that's what.
Well,
you
who
were
would
gonna
have
do.
expected this? I mean,
Right,
this
I
is
see, right?
quite a.
Oh yeah,
Stay
this is a good
tuned.
update.
Yeah.
This is a good
Stay
update.
tuned.
It's a amping up of the
It
lawsuit.
is.
Wow.
The temperature
And
is
I
up.
am not anything to
Involved.
do with it. I love it
Not
when things
involved.
get amped up, and I'm sitting there trying to calm everybody down.
Right, and Tom's not the one.
Let's
amping
be
it up.
rational here, everybody.
Everyone's looking like, did Tom just say
What's
that?
happening?
All right, so you want to do football Jeopardy real quick?
Let's do
This
football
is kind of funny.
Jeopardy.
This is so all right. Setting this up. So this is just a clip on Instagram where three people on Jeopardy contestants. The category was football.
Easy category.
And
I mean,
Alex Trebek had a blast. This is great. Alex Trebek's
I honestly
comments are the
think
best on this.
Lindsay would get most of these.
Oh.
Just I think that if you're paying attention as a human being in America, some of these are just going to happen to you, whether you like the sport or not. You're just going to absorb them.
So get ready, chat. If you can, we're going to pause after every question.
Yes,
And then we're going to let John, Jill, and then chat answer.
because Kevin and I know these.
Yep, we got them all five.
Okay, let's
All
go.
right.
Football 200.
Your choice. Do or don't name this play in which the quarterback runs the ball and can choose to pitch it to another back.
Okay.
Oh,
I can't think of the word.
All right, John.
same. I know what it is, but I
know
can't
what
think
is,
of
I
it.
can't think of it.
Okay, so let's see what Chad, of course, will come up with something, and let's see what Alex Trebek says. What the contestants think.
It's an option play. Ryan?
Option.
That was a tough one for 200.
Football
though.
400.
I can tell you guys are big football fans.
Yeah.
Tom Landry perfected the shotgun formation with this team.
Okay, stop.
Oh, I have no idea.
No idea.
Really?
I've heard of
No
Tom
idea.
Landry. I have no idea though.
Okay, let's give chance.
Chad a
Chad,
chance to catch up. Actually, a couple people got option. That's good. Tom Landry, and here we go.
Famous coach for Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys. Do you think we should go to commercial? Ryan?
Take it on to 600.
Okay, by signaling for one of these, a returner can reel in a kick without fear of getting tackled.
Okay, stop. Okay, so the returner is getting a kicked ball.
Like a
and
punt or like a punt.
Punt. Yeah, you could do it even with
Yeah,
a kick,
with,
right?
with a kick. Sure, you could.
Right, and then they make a signal with their hand that
Tells
kills
you
the
that
play?
they can't. Yeah, they can't get tackled.
right.
Anybody know? John, Jill.
I'm going to go with fair catch.
Oh,
job.
nice.
Bing, 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 bing,
John.
bing, bing, bing.
Very good.
Woo! All right,
Wow,
we got
finally.
one. We got one.
Look at you.
All right.
Fair catch. 2 clues left, Ryan.
800.
These penalties are simultaneous violations by the offense and defense that cancel each other out.
Okay.
Ooh.
Not an easy one.
No.
So like it typically happens where somebody punches one guy and then the other guy punches him back and they're just like brawling all over and then they throw the flag and they're like
On both of them.
both of them are being jerks basically and they're like, okay, I'm going to give you a penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct.
On the
I'm going to give
offense.
you a penalty for unsportsmanlike
on the
conduct,
defense.
and these penalties are
Are they
Chad is-
offset? Is that
good
right?
job.
So there you go.
Nice.
Very good.
All
Good.
right.
By the way, good job by chat. Lots of.
You know
They are
what?
called
Screw those easier
offsetting
questions.
penalties. Let's look at the $1,000 clue just for the fun of it.
Dude, that's amazing.
Right.
Jimmy?
As Minneapolis' U.S. Bank Stadium prepares to host Super Bowl 52, I'm looking at the Ring of Honor with names from this defensive line that took the Vikings to 4 Super Bowls.
All right.
you'll
So
never-
you got to
in a million
basically
years
got to
with
grow
this
up in the 70s to know this.
Yeah. Okay, like the Minnesota Vikings are purple.
Right. That's a little clue.
That is
So
definitely a
people
clue.
that are probably our age or older maybe know this.
Yeah.
Wait,
this-
what was the
this
question?
1,000. What's
So-
the name
What's
of
the name
the unit, basically?
Famous defensive line of Minnesota that took them to 4 Super Bowls in the 60s and 70s.
wow.
The purple people eaters.
Purple People Eaters is the answer.
Chad is putting that. Wow,
Yeah. Oh,
that's-
yeah.
That's
Pete Gouletic.
impressive.
That is.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And here's the Alex Trebek's response. Pretty good.
If you guys ring in and get this one, I will die. Who are the purple people eaters? We're going to take a break. I have to talk to them.
I miss
Football
Alex
200.
Trebek.
I
I
agree.
do too. He's so good.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
That was
Also-
funny.
Also, Jeopardy needs to be in prime time, not 3:30.
It's always at 3.
Yeah?
3
They
o'clock.
should
I tape
push
it.
People-
push to
do you tape it every day?
7.
I do. I don't watch it every day.
Really?
I tape
That's
it.
a good tape.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. to
Yeah,
tape.
it's fun
You can
to-
just fire off.
Yeah. Look at Jeopardy.
Huh. I like that.
I used to be a lot better at my memories.
I
not as
tape
good
World
anymore.
News Tonight.
I do too.
Oh, yeah.
I tape whatever
David
the
Muir?
NBC one is.
David Beer.
I tape Lester Holt.
There
Hey.
were a lot of people. Sorry, there were a lot of people that were 5 for 5.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Good
Wow.
job,
Yeah,
people.
the first one was actually the hardest. The option that was definitely the hardest.
That and the Purple People Eaters one.
Yeah,
you gotta know
Purple
football
People,
history.
Yeah, Purple
so.
People Eater was definitely the hardest. Yeah, you're right.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah. All right, so the LOCPOD Creepiness Factor seems to sort of taken off on the last show, and it's very interesting.
Kind of
'cause
become a season 12 thing.
it is. It is our Mayor Tiff of season 12. But the LOCPOD Creepiness Factor, we don't want to just blast up creepy men with young women. So we want to blast a couple creepy women with young men as well, right?
See if they
And
pass.
Sprinkle in a couple passes every once in a while. We
Gotta-
can't have everybody failing.
That's right.
Okay, so we're going to start off with Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher. Kutcher?
Boom. Look at
Kutcher.
these two.
Demi Moore is at the time of their marriage. This is what we're going with.
Bruce Willis's ex-wife.
Yes,
Right?
And it was definitely she's the older woman. He was extremely young at the time, and it was at the time there wasn't a lot of this type
I agree.
of couple, like older women, younger men. You
It seemed
didn't
like
see
a
that
big
very
deal
often.
at the time.
It was big. Jill, you're more of our social expert.
Social
What's
butterfly.
that question?
What
Is
do you
that
think?
do you agree?
Yeah.
This couple was definitely unusual at the time.
Yeah, or it wasn't talked about as much as it is now.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of stuff.
And wait, what band was he in? Was he a...
No, he's
No,
an
he-
actor.
Oh,
He was
actor,
on that
okay.
70s show.
That
All right,
70s
thank
show. That's
you.
how he became famous.
What
Boy,
was
that's
what
bad.
was their age?
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
At the time of their marriage, he was 27 and she was 42.
Okay.
Okay, so what's your gut tell you? That pass or fail? Like
Fail.
without doing math. You both think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's close.
it has got to be pretty close, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
all right. Do the
Let's
math.
let's do the LOCPOD creepiness factor. So she's 42. You divide that by 2, and that equals 21. And then you add 7 to that, which brings it to 28. 28 means that Ashton Kutcher was 1 year too young at the time of their marriage. Demi Moore failed the LOCPOD creepiness test.
Close enough.
Yeah, it was pretty
Pretty
close.
close, though.
Yeah, there's no close enough.
And are they
in
still
LOCPOD
married or not
creepiness
married?
stuff.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
they're divorced.
Divorced. All
Yeah.
right. Didn't work.
So if they would have followed our advice, they would have never married in the first place.
That's right. Where was LOCPOD when they needed him?
Okay, let's go back with another creepy older man. Okay?
Okay.
All right, in this one, we got Alec and Hilario Baldwin. Tell me about them, Joe.
Is he going to jail? Did he, or
He's
off?
going to
He's
trial.
got some,
He's got
little-
some legal issues right now.
He got some, like negligent homicide.
Looks like he's coloring his hair.
Dude, there's no doubt he's coloring his hair. Of course, he's standing next to an extremely young woman, so he's got to play the part.
Yeah.
He's always been a bad boy.
Don't they have a
True.
ton of kids
Good
too?
call, John.
They do have a ton of kids.
Really?
I like that. Like, he's 54, cranking kids out, you know? Good
Wait,
job.
No, no,
wait,
no, no,
he's
no, 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 no.
54?
He's not cranking
No,
kids
no,
out.
no,
he's
he
older
is
than
not
50.
54.
In this picture, he's 54.
Is he?
54,
Is he?
and she's 28 in this picture.
Oh, that's
Okay.
a long time. What
That
is
is-
he now?
He's like 1 year younger than us there. And he looks like, he looks a lot younger than us.
He is 11 years younger than us, which would make him 66 currently.
Yes, 11 years older than us, right? 66?
Yeah.
That makes her 39.
All right.
All right, so when they got married, he was 54 and she was 28. LOCPOD creepiness factor goes into effect. 54 divided by 2 equals 27 plus 7 years equals 34 years old. Alec Baldwin fails the LOCPOD creepiness test.
All right.
All right, so
Let's go local.
we cannot keep on cranking out failures. And we can't keep doing famous couples, so I decided to plug Marissa and I in there because Marissa is a lot younger than me,
She is.
you know,
Little
She-
bit.
right? So at the time she's 6 years.
That's a
younger than me.
cute photo, by the way.
That was at
It says happy anniversary. Oh, Christmas story at South Shore.
Look at
Yeah.
all that hair.
I know that was before I got shaved. I let it keep going from that point forward, and then I got shaved. But that was this Christmas when all the Christmas Story actors were at the visitor center.
All right. Very nice photo.
Yeah, I just used it.
Good
for-
looking local couple.
Yep, Marissa and I. So when we were married, Marissa was 24 years old, and I was 30. I think I was 31. It was right around
All
there.
right.
30, 31. So let's give me 31.
Do the-
I want to fail this test.
All right. Do the calculation
34.
noise. I like that. I love that.
Okay,
going
31 and
I
divided
feel
by
like something
2.
should spit out. Like we should like here's a piece of paper.
All right, 30 and
Hot
a
off the
half
presses.
divided by 2 equals 15 and a half plus
Whoa.
7. 15 and a half plus 7 equals 22 and a half. Marissa was 24.
Look at you.
I passed the
Not
LOCPOD
creepy.
creepiness test.
Not
Thank
creepy.
you. I am not
Congratulations.
creepy. I'm still not creepy. I did the calculation. As you age, the calculation gets better for you
Oh,
for the
Yeah.
couple. So if you pass the test once, you'll always pass it, right, Joe?
Well, isn't it the older you get, the younger you can date? Isn't that how it
Mhm.
ends
More
up
of a
working?
gap.
Yeah.
The gap becomes larger. So like I did this for Tommy because I was like, well, like, okay, let's say Patrick.
Okay.
Patrick is 18.
Oh, boy.
No, I wanted to do what's the LOCPOD creepiness test? Like how old could Pat 9
plus 7. Oh, wow.
9 plus 7, 16.
See,
It sort
it's
of
like
works.
the gap's like really short.
Yeah, when you're young, under the LOCPOD creepiness test for my son Patrick, he could date a 16-year-old.
But when you're 60,
When you're 60,
you
could
could date a
37-year-old.
37-year-old. So the
Right.
gap's 22 years, and
So
the
the-
gap when you're 18 is 2 years.
Right.
All right.
So the creepiness test works for your whole life. I love this.
Or either
test.
that or you become more creepy if you date really young women. I mean,
Yeah.
Speaking of, let's do another famous couple. All right. Leonardo DiCaprio and his girlfriend. This is a
Great
picture.
photo.
This is a great photo of them walking on the beach. He is wearing a T-shirt, just a white T-shirt, which I think
very
is
nice white T-shirt at that.
I mean, it's just like he doesn't even care. He's just like, "You're with me, honey. I got a T-shirt on. That's how I roll." I just like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of.
I
don't
have
know.
been seeing this look more. People just wearing a plain white T-shirt. Mm-hmm. Do you agree?
I got no problem with it.
A look? What do you mean a look?
I've
John,
been
what do you
seeing
think?
people straight up wear white T-shirts in public.
Were people not doing that?
I didn't think that was. I don't know, like a white. Like I wear a
like
white
an
T-shirt
undershirt,
under my other shirts. I don't wear those as a shirt.
I know that my son Aiden wears a white T-shirt a lot.
That's what
and
I'm saying.
I was like,
it's a thing now.
I asked him, I was like, what? He's like, Dad, this is fashionable.
It's a thing
So
now.
he told me.
Leonardo DiCaprio walking with that babe on his arm. What's he wearing?
I gotta wear more
plain
white
white
T-shirts.
T-shirt. I
Just
agree,
a
dude.
fruit of the loom.
I just
White
need
shirt.
everyone
Under.
to know how incredibly creepy the group chat was the last couple days.
I was not.
Gross.
You loved it.
Gross.
I did not participate. Yeah, there was a lot.
He was in it.
Well, no, I was throwing these in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the LOCPOD creepiness test fascinates me.
I had my white T-shirt on, but it's just under my shirt.
Even
Yeah.
if listen,
that's
how
how
I
I
usually
roll.
do, right?
That's how I roll.
I don't know where this is going, but even if you say this is a fail, it's a win in my book.
All right.
So hold it. When we,
Let's
if we
see where
tell
it goes.
Leonardo, all right, hold it. So Leonardo DiCaprio is 49 years old, and his girlfriend is 19. We don't even need a calculator
I
for
almost
this
spit
one.
out my coffee.
But let's go ahead and do it.
She's an old-looking 19-year-old.
Much
That's
older
right.
than
She's very mature.
Anthony
19 year.
Kiedis's 19-year-old.
Yeah, that's
Seems
Yeah,
like.
dude. 54 divided by 2 equals 27 plus 7 equals 34. Leonardo, you failed the LOCPOD creepiness test, but you won at life.
very true.
Probably most of the failures of the creepiness test.
But you won at life. Congratulations.
Should we do like who was that teacher that was banging her student?
Oh,
Mary
yeah.
Kay Letourneau.
Let's
Did we
do
do
it.
that one?
Letourneau.
I don't know. We just need basic factual inputs.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, you got to get.
We
find
need
that
the picture of them.
information out.
Yeah, we got future shows. Let's go. Bust us out. Give us some couples.
Mary
we'll
Kay
work,
Letourneau.
we'll work out the
I have a
LOCPOD
feeling.
creepiness
I have a feeling
test.
because she went to jail, she failed
How
the
does
test.
how does
It's a guess.
pedophilia
Just throwing it
factor
out
into
there.
the math?
Interesting. If it's against the law, do you pass the creepiness test?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no way.
Plus or minus for pedophilia.
Yeah, right.
It's a
Okay, so
minus.
let's say, okay, if you were like a 32-year-old teacher and it was 16, you would not pass creepiness test.
No.
Right. It works.
Yeah.
Great. That's good news. So the LOCPOD creepiness test holds. We're going to do some ads, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about local media and repercussions to things said on LOCPOD. I personally feel that there were repercussions. I think there's a debate in the studio about, I think this is my position is the local editors at the local newspaper the city of Hammond had a big $55 million unveiling, a ribbon cutting, a huge story, I thought. And after we said some things on LOCPOD last week,
It ended up somewhere else in the
I
paper.
feel like we were relegated to page A15 instead of A1. So
There goes the story.
no, we're going to come back and talk about it, and I'm going to try to prove my case. Okay? And then we're going to come back in number 3 and talk a little bit of Speros lawsuit action, right?
By the way, I just want to say one last comment about the creepiness test, because this is a great comment. And we're always saying, like, Leonardo DiCaprio wins at life, but Nicole came on and said, good for her, which is an interesting point.
She wins at life, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
he's
yeah.
quite a catch
Yeah, and you're 19 and you're, like, hanging out, and, like,
on a
He
yacht.
seems like a
Yeah.
fucking weirdo.
Good for her.
I like Leonardo.
Yeah.
I do.
Like
like
him
him.
too.
He's
You
one
mean
of
about
my
the headphones, Joe?
There's like a
What?
couple Hollywood actors I totally dig. He's definitely one of them. I like him and I like Brad Pitt both. And they're both probably jerky, but I do
Who
like
did Brad Pitt just got divorced from?
Angelina
Angelina
Jolie.
Don't say
That was
Josh.
years ago.
That was not.
Great.
Josh.
By the way, like he has to be. His kids won't talk to him. They like
Whoa,
took their
really?
name. They took his name out of their names.
Yeah.
That's not good.
That is not.
I do
good.
like him as an actor. I don't think he's probably a very nice guy. Because if your kids
Whoa.
have to like remove Pitt from their name, they hate you so much. Wow. Yeah, that
I
speaks
did
volumes.
not know that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do some
So-
ads and come back.
All right, let's do it. Power in Indiana Lake County is your source for the region's most trusted electricians. Are you thinking of finishing your basement? Are you thinking about installing outdoor security cameras? Or does your business have plans to break ground on a new project? Well, don't leave important projects in the wrong hands. With IBEW Local 697 electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit poweringindiana.org today to ensure your project's in the hands of skilled professionals who deliver on time and on budget. Find your electrical contractor at poweringindiana.org.
MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through the maze of opportunities. Check out their website at mcrpartnersllc.com. For tailored assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to Matt Reardon. Anybody want to insert his nickname? No?
Yeah,
Okay.
Godfather. of the-
219-741-9511.
Misprint Printing. Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 30-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team led by Rick Baltonsberger combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing and metal business cards, always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today.
Cantrell and Cantrell. Cantrell and Cantrell Attorneys at Law. Are you injured? Are you in trouble with the law? If so, give them a call and schedule your consultation today with somebody who's in the court and at the jail every day. Guarantee you they're there right now. Call John Cantrell at 219-554-4LAW. That's 219-554-4529. Or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife, Kristen, make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
Calumet Brewing. Michelob Ultra is a superior light beer brewed for those who understand that it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Containing only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs, Michelob Ultra is a light lager brewed with the perfect balance of hops and wholesome grains, producing a crisp, refreshing finish. With great Michelob Ultra partners like Lionel Messi and epic summer events including the Festival of the Lakes, Team USA Soccer, and the 2024 Olympics, there's no better time to crack open a cold one. Head over to the Cal Brew or Michelob Ultra social media for info on this great family of beers. Enjoy the Michelob Ultra lifestyle with beers and cheers responsibly.
Bug Guy Pest Control, serving all of Northwest Indiana with no annoying contracts to sign. Monthly and one-time services are available. Insects, rodents, and more. Bug Guy Pest Control. We offer pet-friendly, safe, effective treatments for commercial, residential, municipal, office, warehouse, and more. Give the Bug Guy a call today at 219-810-7481 or find them on Facebook, the Bug Guy Pest Control, and get your free estimate today.
All right.
Thank you to our sponsors,
Welcome
including
back,
our studio sponsor, Power in Indiana, Lake County Studios.
Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. You know, I want to start off this next segment by saying how much I miss the old media and how important I think having a strong media is. I think it's important, and I really miss having a strong local media presence. I miss having the reporters at our meetings. I miss having the editorials talking about local issues. I miss all of it, okay? In fact, I still get a newspaper delivered to my house. I mean, I'm probably
too.
one of the only people in my neighborhood who gets it, but I do get it. I'm the last of the Mohicans, basically.
And I was going to say, I want to say that I think that the reporters that we do have locally are great.
The ones that are left are definitely great.
Yeah.
I could see why the local newspaper kept the reporters working that are working right now because they're the best.
Yeah, I think, if you listen to last show, I don't want there to be a misconception.
There was,
that
obviously, because we got penalized, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I was just going to say that there was never, in my mind, I don't think we were, I thought we were telling the facts. Like, hey, it's
agree
changed
with you,
a lot over the 20 years that
I
you've been
agree
in
with
office.
you. But I think, because I went through and listened to the show again, okay, our last show, And our second segment last show, what we were trying to do was talk about Rod Radcliffe and his downfall. And we were lauding Indy Star for doing a great job on those 3 articles, and they were freaking tremendous. Probably
yeah, I mean, I
reporting.
already heard I saw some stuff on Twitter or X, I'm sorry, about them getting nominated for Pulitzer for it.
Yeah, I could see that. 3-part series, it's amazing. Okay, so, and I think while we were lauding Indy Star, after hearing the show a couple times again, I think that it came across pretty harsh on the local media. I think we came across pretty harsh. Okay, like we were talking about. I was saying, coming out of my mouth, I was saying it was hollowed out. It was a shell of what it was. I was saying stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah, and at the same time, I still think like I would be remiss. I'd be bummed out if we didn't have local media. To me,
dude,
like,
I agree with you.
I like having the Hammond Times still that I can read every day.
Agree with you,
and the
Kevin.
Gary Post Tribune.
Agree with you, but like, I mean, I do feel the words that came out of my mouth. I wasn't trying to be a dick by saying what I said.
No, I don't think you were either.
I wasn't trying to be.
No,
if they thought I was trying to lament like the changing of an era.
Mm-hmm.
Like we did a study in here, and Kevin and I are the only ones that subscribe. Right? It's just like stuff like that you see. Like back when I was a kid and I was 21 years old and I got my first place, I got the newspaper delivered to my house. That's just what you did, right?
Yeah.
So like times have changed and I'm sort of sad about that. Okay. And I think the last show, instead of coming off as sad, I came off as a dick. I came off as
critical
of the local press. And I did not mean to come off that way. If I did, I apologize. Okay. But the interesting part for me is this. Okay. There were serious repercussions for the city of
where
Hammond.
Tom's brain goes.
Let's talk about it.
This is okay. So I do apologize to the Times and to the Post Tribune and anybody locally that was offended that I was saying it was a hollow shell and it's shell. I apologize for that. But the interesting part, the part that's going to make LOCPOD is the real life ramifications that happen when you talk shit about the local press.
Allegedly.
Okay. I think that the Times was trying to send a signal to me to say, shut the fuck up. Okay.
Stop ripping us.
Stop ripping us, or else we're gonna fuck with you, right? And so now this same exact day that I'm talking shit about the local press, inadvertently talking shit, we're also doing a huge press and a ribbon cutting that day for a $55 million factory that moved to our city from Illinois. Huge story. So Fortune 500. I don't know if it's a Fortune 500 company, but
Probably
it's
not.
National company.
International.
If you go to a fine steakhouse in Miami, chances are that steak passed through our brand new factory in Hammond. Okay, it's Meats by Lynn's. It's a huge story. It's a huge ribbon.
Yeah, ribbon cutting. It's also a relocation from another state to Indiana, right?
Big story. It's private investment, by the way. Money coming into Indiana that wasn't there before. It's not like government money that we're recycling around, right?
400 jobs.
400 brand new jobs.
I love the full circle moment you mentioned at the ribbon cutting.
That was nice.
That is good. Super special.
Yeah. And it's good for people that don't know the history of Hammond.
Yes.
Right. So I thought it was a big day. I thought it was a huge story.
You want to tell that, though? Because people might not know that.
Well,
the cattle.
It was just like
the cattle.
It's a steak company. It's a meat company coming to Hammond. It's a big deal at this moment right now. It's right off the downtown. And when Hammond was first created, we were a slaughterhouse, basically. We had the biggest slaughterhouse in probably the Midwest at the time. And Hammond, if you look at Hammond's charter, we have like a flag with all the important symbols in Hammond. There's a cow on there. And there's not one cow that lives in our city. It's like, there hasn't been a cow in Hammond in like 70 years probably.
Till now.
But now we have cows coming to Hammond on the regular. They're dead cows, but they're coming to Hammond.
We have so much meat in Hammond now.
I know.
It's meaty. It's a meaty place.
Meat.
Mm-hmm.
So
a
anyway,
meat-eating city, Tom said.
It is. We are a meat-eating city. You don't catch a lot of vegetarians.
There's
here.
a lot of meat eaters here.
Yeah.
We are carnivores. Yes. So this is the interesting part for me. Okay. So I always feel like when I'm on the show, I'm always pissing people off. And I'm trying not to piss people off, but I do end up pissing people off. And obviously the last show pissed off the local media. Let you decide, okay? So the day after LOCPOD, on Wednesday, I open up the local paper. That's also the day after we cut the ribbon on this $55 million factory that moved into our city. Big deal, right? And I'm expecting to see on page 1 the ribbon cutting because that's a big deal, right? And instead, I see my fellow mayor from Gary, LOCPOD guest, Eddie Melton, on there. Hey, congratulations. I didn't realize on the same day that we were cutting the ribbon in Hammond on a $55 million plant that the congressman and the mayor in Gary, we're celebrating a runway extension. I think it's a $15 million runway extension at the Gary Airport.
Yeah, I think it was a groundbreaking for a new hangar.
Yeah, a new hangar. Thank
That's
you.
right.
Wait
Thank
a
you.
minute. Wait a minute. They still fly planes into Gary?
Oh,
yeah.
I think more and more now.
Lots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
more
Gary's
now.
More
doing
than
really-
ever.
Gary's doing really well.
Yep.
Gary
Airport is doing well.
No idea.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's not commercial. It's more like private jets and
UPS.
They're starting to like transition into UPS and Amazon and stuff like that. But and you know,
Immigrants.
I'll do. And I love the Gary Airport. What's that?
Immigrants, I think. Migrants.
I don't know
They
about
do.
that.
I
That's
think
the
they
truth.
do.
That-
No,
John
no,
is not lying.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
agree.
All
I
right,
agree.
so
Are they-
best kept secret.
Are they on the
Government
Amazon
flights.
plane or?
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Just
John is
heard.
telling the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so where did I leave off?
You were saying that you actually, you know the Gary Airport's important. And
It is important.
Yep.
And it's a good deal. And I'm happy that Eddie's doing a great job as mayor. I think Eddie's doing a great job as mayor, and I'm happy for Eddie. But let's compare the two projects, okay? It's a $15 million hangar expansion. It's government money, right, for the most part. I mean, government and private, but, like, it's $15 million. And then you have Hammond's $55 million private deal coming into the state, right? So, like, okay, so Gary makes page A1. That means I'm probably A2 or A3, right?
Sure, of course.
Yeah, I think so. When I was looking at it, when we were talking about pre-show, it's kind of like my take on it was like, hey, you know what? I have no problem with the fact that Gary was on the cover. I think the regional airport is something that has been in the news a lot.
I do not agree.
And I was
I
thinking,
do not. I mean, no. I think straight up ours is way bigger deal.
But so if you take my opinion, John, I don't know where. So anyway, I thought the same thing you did. I said, okay, so Gary Airport's on page 1. That's cool, but we got to be on A3.
Right. It wasn't on A3.
with a picture.
Okay. What about A4? No. A5 continue from 1. Okay. So A6? No. A7, A8, A9, A10. What the fuck? A11? Where the hell is this story? Did it make the paper? A12, A13, A14. Holy shit! On page 815, Hammond meat plant opens.
How many pages are there in A?
It almost made it
There's a
seem-
lot of
right?
goddamn pages in A, right?
By the way, it made it sound like it was like a deli or
a
something.
meat plant. Yeah, Hammond opened a deli, right?
Which random dead animal got a story above us?
Well, let me go through that. So
oh
I
my
have
God, the
I have
stories that made it higher than the Hammond's $55 million.
I have a list.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Let's
can
do
I
it.
can
Yeah,
I
please.
throw out a couple of them?
Yeah.
A2 had Munster Man overcomes addiction to secure diploma.
Oh, fucking hallelujah.
Yes.
Thank God.
Here's Jill's animal one. Court okays stalling for dog
That's
on
important.
A3.
Dude,
Or
that's
A4,
way
maybe.
better than $55 million plant.
I don't even know what that means.
This is exciting. Valpo mom vying to be named favorite chef.
Favorite chef. That's huge.
Of her family or what?
You got to read the article.
Yeah,
it's,
I
like
think
on,
it's
it's probably like
a
on
teaser.
A5.
It's a teaser.
Historic shipwreck, silver coins from the Bradford Mint. There was a big ad, full page. Postpartum depression can hit dads too.
You guys have to be deciding right now if I got fucked or not. If the city Hammond got intentionally fucked, all right?
Think cicadas are weird? Check out their super fans.
Cicadas are more important.
No
than
way.
Meat by
Yes.
Lens.
And there was a picture of a woman dressed
Dressed as a cicada, yeah.
The obituaries.
She had fishnet stockings on, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You kind of like that.
I did like
gotta
that.
dress up at
Creepiness.
I was interested in what the top of that cicada looked like.
The obituaries.
That's a good title. I'm interested in what the
The
top of that cicada looks like.
The obituaries, and then above your story on A15, last Tri-Town brewery closes.
Yeah.
So
So we made page A15, and the story itself was a normal story. Okay.
Well,
but
also
like,
for the record, they picked a very bad picture of you.
that's what I was going to say
Were you-
also, Joe. So before you decide whether or not, because Kevin was still like, I don't believe they did this on purpose.
I did it. Tom's like looking at me like, you
Then
are an idiot. He's like,
I'm like, then, Kevin, before you tell me I'm full of shit, look at the picture they used of me.
this
Can
convinced me.
you flash that, John? That's the best fucking picture they got. I look like I'm taking a crap.
The Biden face.
Look at
Dude,
that.
I look like I am pushing out a brick.
Oh, God.
Right?
When I
That's
saw
the
this
best
photo, I
picture
was
they
like,
got of
they
me?
chose this.
They did
They
this on
chose
purpose.
this photo.
Okay, so now you're on my page.
I think not necessarily on the front page, but you should have been A3.
No. Did the Times give us repercussions? Did
The photo for sure.
What about the placement on page A15?
You should have been
You
A3.
You think that the Gary Airport $15 million expansion is bigger than Hammond bringing in a $55 million plant?
No, but I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Dude,
on the
that's bullshit,
surface,
man.
no,
I do
know.
not agree.
But
I
on
think
the-
we got fucked.
No, I get it. On the surface, though, the Gary Airport has always been a big deal for the
Agree.
region.
I
It's
know.
been a
That's
hot
why it's not
topic.
that big of a story. Because honestly, how many goddamn times have we talked about this, right?
Wow.
Hammond brings in, how many times is Hammond going to bring in a meat by lens from a $55 million plant, 400 new jobs? That's page A15. And by the way, the picture we're going to use of the mayor makes it look like he's pushing out a big piece of shit, right?
The picture's the giveaway.
I was going to say, but yes, I think A15 is a little deep.
Yeah.
So you think that we should have been on?
Well, you know what they could have done? You know how they do this sometimes is, let's say Gary Airport was the head story. Fine. You could have been above the fold on the right side column, and then the photo on page A3.
I think that's the Times editors heard our show, and they said, we're going to teach these guys a lesson. No, I'm telling you, man. I don't think that's right.
Is there a B section? Like,
there used to be.
Could we have gone in a B section?
There used to be.
Yeah,
But there isn't now. There
used to be a B, C, and D.
But you know what sucks, though, honestly? Because they screwed Hammond in a big deal, and they didn't make a big deal out of it all. And in fact, the Post-Tribune didn't even cover it at all, by the way. Like, great local paper, a $55 million brand new plant.
Well,
the Post-Tribune didn't even cover it at all. And what they really did was, I'm going to have more news about me written. I'm mayor for 3.5 more years, okay? There's going to be 1,000 stories written about me between now and the next 3.5 years, right? But who you really screwed over, editors, is Meat by Lens. A company that moved their entire staff and their entire plant to Hammond, Indiana. They should be celebrated. And instead, for petty politics and stupid reasons, you put it on A15 like it was a minor story. And that's not fair.
And I think that's a really good point. And I was just going to say the same thing. Is the Linz family are awesome people.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a great story. I mean, Fred Linz mentioned the fact that the same building where they put their building, their $55 million new building, his grandmother worked at Queen Anne Factory, that very site.
If they would have had somebody show up and actually do their job, you'd be able to get little nuggets like that. But they were too busy trying to stick it to Hammond and to Mayor Tom, in my opinion.
Hammond meat plant opens.
I'm gonna give a little conspiracy theory here. I think they chose whoever had the best podium. And this may be tough love, Tom, but you got to hear it. This podium right here is a normal size podium.
Oh, yeah.
And you're
this
showing-
one, what the fuck? It's made for giants.
You
Look
need
at
a
it.
step stool.
We need to listen. We got to get a normal size podium for these ribbon cuttings. This
Really?
one's so tall. Look at it. It's like, what would you say, 5 feet tall?
It is
That's
a monster.
crazy.
But like the
Huge.
good thing is, if anybody ever tries to kill me, I could just
Oh,
hide behind it.
that's what it is.
Maybe
Dude,
it's actually bulletproof.
Bulletproof podium.
It's got
You
like
duck
a little,
behind it
I
and you're-
duck into it, and it like locks me in.
There's a secret door.
It's that
Tom
big.
goes in.
Yeah. Yes. And everybody else is screwed, and I'm in there just hanging out. Yeah.
Can
Wow.
you make a concerted effort to make a worse face every time at a ribbon cutting to
see if it
you
gets
can
in.
top that?
How about
This
this,
is great.
Jill? How about this? Every time if I have a Times reporter out there, I'll go, "Hey, I'll make a real bad face. You ready to take a picture? You ready?" I'll go, "Ah!" And they'll take a picture. I'm like, "That's the one you could use now. Let's run with it." All right?
Tom, you have to immediately make this your profile.
He did.
picture.
I'm
You
doing
did?
it as soon as I walk out of
Oh,
the
he
studio.
was talking about it
As
yesterday.
soon as I walk out of the studio, because there was no context yesterday. Now there'll be context. That is my new profile picture.
Oh,
You know what the
man.
lesson here is?
What's that?
Hey man, just want to let you know that sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up. And this current time is just one of those times you gotta shut the fuck up. I don't think you're a bad person. I just don't want to hear you talking anymore.
Shut the fuck up.
I forgot about that.
Tom's been wanting to use that forever. This
Yes.
is the perfect moment.
Hey man, you know there's some things.
That should just be our theme song.
Yeah, that should be. You should lead in LOCPOD every day just with that.
I don't think you're a bad person. Shut the fuck up.
All right. Well, there's your local media story.
All
of
right,
the
hold
day.
on, Jill. Do you think that was repercussions, or do you think I'm being crazy?
No, there's some. They were sticking it to some degree.
John, do you think there was repercussions, or am I crazy?
I think A15 is suspicious, but again, I'm going to say the Gary Airport's always going to make the front page.
We were after the obituaries.
I know. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying I get why the Gary Airport, why they would choose to put it on the front page.
What about the
Dead
picture?
people
What about the
were more
picture?
important
Yeah,
than
that's
us.
Kevin?
that is great.
What's
I
your
love
opinion?
that picture.
I'm with John on to a degree on the page. I think A3 would have been appropriate, or the right column on the front page, but the photo is the coup de grace, and they definitely stuck it to you.
I think
But the
I
photo.
think I think it was a repercussion. I think that they're trying to play games. They listen to LOCPOD and they're like, "Here you go, buddy, eat it." A15, and Take this for your picture.
I thought it was nice that you apologized and then immediately went on
Went
to
after
offend
him.
them again.
You went all
He's like,
all
Times,
in.
I'm really sorry.
All in.
By the way, that was bullshit.
You're a bunch of fucking idiots.
I was not trying to come off the wrong way. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
All right, let's do some ads and come back for more Speros news.
Speros news is the best kind of news, especially if it doesn't get us sued. So, Customer Insurance Agency. I'm going to see the Customer Insurance Agency within the next day.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
for
man,
you.
I got another thing to insure.
Cool.
So,
All right.
something I should have probably
Exciting.
been insured for a long time.
That does sound exciting.
John's
Roll on
sounds
the
like my
dice.
house.
Yeah, right. Dude, we haven't had a fire in years.
Finally getting car insurance.
It's time.
I'm a scofflaw. For decades, the Ron J. Customer Insurance Agency has been your trusted neighbor right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. They specialize in a wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, and life insurance. The Customer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you.
Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious taproom and outdoor patio, serving its award-winning craft beer, a chef-driven food menu, and craft cocktails on draft. Their brewing equipment and production facility offer a unique backdrop for events like bridal showers, reunions, or corporate parties. With their new food truck, they can cater to your corporate and private events off-site, just off of 8094 at Kennedy Avenue South exit. Discover more at bywaybrewing.beer. And tomorrow morning, we are going to get to enjoy Byway breakfast.
Yeah.
Like that's something that like you don't think about when you think of Byway. They actually will cater a breakfast to you.
And it's ridiculous.
Phenomenal.
Great.
Another Big Damn Breakfast? Or something?
Yes.
Big Damn
Yes, yes,
Breakfast
yes.
is at the Sportsplex Saturday morning with Jennifer McCormick, the Democratic nominee for governor.
And I hear a rumor that both candidates for Attorney General are going to be there.
Oh, no way.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Michelle Feynman told me that.
Wow.
Yes. So it's going to be a big crowd.
Ooh.
I hope
Show
we have
up.
enough food.
Yeah, get there early for the food.
Yep.
We only ordered enough food for 10 people.
I guess you and I aren't eating.
I'm eating early.
Bidenomics hits the Big Damn Breakfast.
That's right. It's free breakfast, man.
For
Come on
10.
out.
For 10.
For a few.
What am I supposed to
But
do
thank you,
now?
Byway.
Oh,
Gonna have good
sure.
breakfast.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for you guys to shut the fuck up.
Oh, man.
Hey, man. One of those times you got to...
Tortillas Nueve Leon sets the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for our iconic red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti, tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti, tu familia de todo corazón.
Are you facing legal challenges and you don't know what to do? Who are you going to call? Kuklakis, that's who. Look no further than Kuklakis Law, your trusted source for legal advice in Indiana and Illinois. Do you need help buying or selling real estate? Call Kuklakis Law. Do you need help forming a new business? Call Kuklakis Law. Are you injured in a car crash or at work? Call Kuklakis Law. No matter what your legal issue is, call Kuklakis Law at 219-671-6347 to schedule your free consultation. Who are you going to call? Kuklakis Law, that's who. Hablamos Español.
Rogers Roofing. When you want the best for your home and family, trust the best in the business, Rogers Roofing. Rogers Roofing has transformed homes in Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland for more than 55 years, providing quality roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, all backed by the best warranties in the industry. To learn more and to schedule your free consultation, visit rogersroofing.com. That's ROGERS roofing.com, or call 219-933-9145 today. That's rogersroofing.com or 933-9145. And remember, at Rogers Roofing, excellence is expected every time.
Thank you to our sponsors. Please, LOCPOD fans, you're out there. Take care of our sponsors. And when you're buying things from our sponsors, mention LOCPOD and say thank you for sponsoring the
Please,
show.
that only helps us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that when Steve approaches them, they're like, there's value in that.
Yeah.
That's right. I got my roof because of the LOCPOD.
That's right.
Or the bug guy.
The bug guy.
Yeah, the bug guy. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Kevin, this is your lead. This is a development that happened last night in the case of Speros Batistatos in the in South Shore Convention Visitors Authority, and I'm also in there myself.
You are. Yeah, so,
Breaking news. We have an update in the Speros Batistatos lawsuit against the South Shore Convention and Visitors Authority and Mayor Thomas McDermott Jr.
Can we start calling this a saga?
I think it is a saga.
It is a saga.
Good call, Jill.
Thank you. It's a saga.
This is the Speros Batistatos saga.
Saga. I want out of that saga.
Yeah.
I think
so. Like background, right? Speros Batistatos filed a lawsuit against multiple entities, including this podcast,
truly.
myself, Tom, the city of Hammond, and individual members of the South Shore Convention.
Isn't it bullshit?
Bureau.
Kevin got out, and I'm still in.
And I think it's
He probably has a better
well,
lawyer than
your
you.
motion's still pending. Let's just wait. Let's just not like put bad
Don't
juju in
jinx
the
it.
air, right? So, and it had to do with allegations of defamation, allegations of employment, bad employment practices, a breach of his employment contract against the South Shore that had nothing to do with us, and other things. So, it was really interesting yesterday when I was informed that the South Shore Convention and Visitors Authority went on the offensive.
Yeah.
Big time. And they filed something called, I'm just going to quote it here. And by the way, these are all allegations. I just want to go in and say that on the record that these are allegations not proven yet. But this is
allegations by the South Shore Convention
Visitors Bureau against
so,
Speros.
So it started off, Speros is the plaintiff, meaning he's the one that sued you, me, the South Shore Convention, Visitors Bureau, and an assortment of other people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now, they countersued, and this is what you're talking about.
So they filed what's called a counterclaim, and it's entitled South Shore Convention and Visitors Authority's Counterclaim against Speros Batistatos for fraud and unjust enrichment.
Fraud.
Whoa.
Yeah, those are heavy words.
It's a crime, but this is civil in this case.
Correct.
Right. He hasn't been charged with a crime.
No.
Right.
These are all civil allegations, civil fraud, and
Wait, what's the difference?
Money.
Well,
money. This is for
Okay.
money. They're suing for money, not for. If it was the state of Indiana versus him, it would be for punishment.
yeah, or the U.S. government or whatever. So like they can. It can still be money fraud that you can criminally get in trouble for, but this is a civil allegation, not a criminal. So this is interesting, and basically the gist of this is that the allegations against Speros by his former employer are, hey, you had an employment contract with us, and you had this deal where you could buy back vacation days. So he had a deal where, let's say he had 25 vacation days during the year, and he didn't use them. Mm-hmm. He could cash them in at the end of the year,
Right.
and then that money would go.
Right.
That money would go into his retirement account.
Could I interrupt you real quick?
Yes.
What's not common, John, and this is something I was saying when we were fighting with Speros and the South Shore Convention Visitors Bureau at the time, was Speros hardly took any vacation at all. So, like, what is not normal, John, is if I looked at you at the end of the year, there would be, like, routine vacation taken, and you would have hardly anything at the end of the year to sell back, right?
Of course.
Speros, at the time, we alleged that had hardly any vacation taken. So at the end of the year, he had tens of thousands worth of unused vacation to trade back. That's the difference. If you're the CEO and you never take vacation, like, who's going to call you out? If you're like, hey, boss, did you go on vacation last week? You didn't mark it down. No, I didn't go on vacation last week. HR person, they're like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you went on vacation. My bad.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a good way to put it, Tom, is so, for example, and one other thing. Not only would they buy the vacation days back, part of his contract also was that the South Shore Convention and Visitors Authority would match that money. So if I had
Very nice.
but it all went to his retirement account. So if I had $10,000, just as for example, if I had $10,000 in vacation
But
days,
it doesn't matter if it
that they
goes to
bought
his
back.
retirement account or not. It's still going to be his
yeah.
money.
I'm just saying that's
I
where
know.
it was going
Agreed,
under the
but
agreement.
still, it's like his money. It's going to be his money.
Oh yeah, and it's going to grow.
Right.
I mean, your retirement account. So if I had $10,000 in vacation buyback, John, not only would my $10,000 value of those vacation days go in my retirement account, but the South Shore would match that $10,000, make it $20,000. Right. So pretty good deal. Pretty good deal.
Yeah.
And is that gone now that he was let go?
I don't think Phil has that deal, but I don't know. I don't know.
No. Is it gone for Speros? Does
No,
that just,
dude,
No,
he still has it?
he took his retirement
Okay.
account. Yeah.
But like, we destroyed all these perks with when we went
Sorry,
after
Phil.
him with the
Sorry, Phil.
with the FOIA request we were doing and the lawsuit that we filed at the time. A lot of these perks went away, and then what happened was when Dave Uran came in as the CEO, all the perks that Speros accumulated were gone, and they're in a normal salary now. Dave is at a normal salary, and Phil's at a normal salary.
So this is interesting. These are just some of the allegations out of the complaint. I'm just going to kind of address them. It says the counterclaim alleges that Speros Batistatos enriched himself since 2014 by knowingly failing to designate time he spent away from work as vacation and receiving compensation from the authority that he was not owed and to which he was not entitled. And so it's...
So, Kevin, he was allegedly, according to this complaint, taking vacation days and not marking them down.
It even says the suit goes on to allege that by his time records, Batistatos also claimed to be working on dates where he was not in the office or otherwise performing SSCVA duties, and such time out of the office should have been recorded as vacation days, but it was not.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's fraud.
And so they say that Batistatos knew that the information he presented to the authority on the timesheets was false. He knowingly made false and misleading statements and created a false impression in others to extract financial benefits he did not earn, and that his false reports on his timesheets constituted fraud on the SSCVA and was illegal. And that's what they've alleged in the suit. And they say that the loss is somewhere between $200,000 and $400,000.
Oh my God.
You know what happens when people steal $200,000 to $400,000 typically in Lake County? You go to prison.
If it's a criminal allegation,
if
this
somebody
is just a civil.
it's being alleged by the South Shore Convention and Visitors Bureau that Speros took between $200,000 and $4,000 unauthorized. True?
They're saying that he was enriched by that amount.
Yeah.
It
That's
says
stealing.
Batistatos reported to the SSCVA that he was working for the SSCVA on dates that he was on vacation, and false information and unauthorized scheme conferred financial benefits on Batistatos. And
According
against the
to this
authority.
complaint.
According to the complaint.
Right.
Yeah.
Who decides if it's civil or criminal? Like, how does that get?
The prosecutor.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it takes the civil. If it's civil, it's just because this is a party to the lawsuit and it's a civil lawsuit.
Anyone can bring that.
Yeah, anybody can bring a civil lawsuit. The only person that can bring a criminal complaint would be the U.S. attorney or the prosecutor.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But how things like that happen is it comes to light that there was a law broken. If this turns out to be true and it's discovered that he was stealing money
Intentionally.
and
You have
that
to have
could
a
be,
mens rea.
they could come along after the fact and say we weren't under the impression that that was occurring. Now we're aware of it. And, you know, Bernie Carter, the Lake County prosecutor, could try to press charges, maybe the U.S. attorney. Like, they have these options. I'm not saying that's going to happen. But if it's true, what's being alleged by the South Shore Convention and Visitors Bureau in this complaint, Speros Batistatos is liable for up to 6 figures and could possibly face criminal penalties down the road if that turns out to be true.
We'll see how this all plays out, but it is an interesting development, and it's it just, to me, I was like, man, South Shore's going on the offense. I mean, that's very interesting to me.
Good for them.
Yeah, and because they're still
they
in
have great lawyers in South Shore. On this case, I was deposed, and South Shore's attorney was in my deposition, and she works for, is it Barnes and Thornburg?
I want to say they're at Barnes or Ice. I think
and she's excellent.
Barnes,
I think
Barnes.
it was Barnes.
Yep.
She was excellent, man. She's I forgot her name actually, but she was excellent. So
it's
it doesn't,
Anderson.
Doesn't surprise me a bit that they're going on the offense because they have a great lawyer.
And they're trying to, they're trying to fight these claims that Speros has made against them. So this is it kind of is offsetting now. Now it's like, okay, where does it all
I wouldn't
play
mind
out?
continuing to report on this case safely out of the case. So I'm looking forward to the day I get out of this case. I hope that happens soon because I had nothing to do with all the allegations Speros is making about me. I have no business being in that case, just like Kevin had no business being in that case. I just need to get out of that case so that I could sit back with no fear and report to Northwest Indiana on what's going on because what was happening while he was CEO was not kosher, in my opinion.
All right, so that's the Speros update. You want to wrap us up?
I'll wrap us up.
Wrap us
Seems
up.
like it's early.
Well, for us, because we've been going late lately, but this is about right.
Yeah.
All right,
I think it was a
anything
good
else?
show. I think it was a good show.
Yeah, it was a really good show.
Yeah.
Our last show was a good show too. The show before
We
that.
try
was
to
good.
bring a premium entertainment
I
to
think
our audience.
We're getting better. We're getting better. I mean, our early shows were bullshit. Let's be honest.
We were just getting our feet wet.
Yeah.
There's a lot of swearing.
A lot of swearing. First couple. So awesome. Good to see you, Joe. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Jay Vez,
Yes.
awesome job. Appreciate you also. Enjoy the weekend, guys.
Thanks.
Kevin Chandler, thank you
Stay cool.
for everything. And thanks for
course.
taking the lead on a great story. That was a good story. And coming to you live from Munster, Indiana, Smith Sursick Studios. This is LOCPOD saying thank you. Take care of our sponsors for us. Make sure you mention LOCPOD. And we are signing out. We'll see you on Tuesday. LOCPOD Season 12, Episode 17 is out. Take care, everybody.
Hey man, just want to let you know that sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up. You gotta shut the fuck up. And this current time is just one of those times you gotta shut the fuck up. I don't think you're a bad person. I just don't want to hear you talking anymore. You gotta shut the fuck up.